right, that was a little bit of Icky Thump by the White Stripes. One of my favorite White Stripes songs, and one of, I think, the most fun White Stripes riffs to play. So we're going to learn this song in its entirety because it's pretty easy, but we're going to start off by learning this main riff. And the reason I want you to learn this main riff is because it starts off with a big slide with our fourth finger, which is not something we're used to doing. Usually when we're sliding, we're using our third, second, or first finger. And you could use those, but I think it's easier and it increases your skill level if you can slide with that fourth finger. All right, so we start this riff off with an open E string. And then we're gonna slide. I like to start on the 3rd fret with my 4th finger, sliding up to the 7th fret of the D string. So E, open E, slide to 7 with the 4th finger on the D string. And then our 2nd finger is right there on the 5th fret, or near the 5th fret, so we can do D string, 5th fret, pull off to 4th fret. So that open E string should just sound just long enough to be heard, and then we'll cut it off, we'll mute it with our thumb as we slide up, and then we'll go 5th, pull off to 4th. And then, so after we pull off 5 to 4 on the D string, then our 2nd finger will scoot down a string to the A string, and we're going to do 5, 4, and then 5 on E. So after the E string we have, right, that's the first part. So open E, then slide with the 4th finger to 7 of D, pull off 5 to 4 on the D, then we have 5 on A, 2 of those, then 4 on A, 5 on E. And then at the end of every one of these little riffs we have this. So we're going to put our fingers in kind of a 3rd fret on the E string power chord, and we're going to dead stroke, so keep the fingers light so we mute it, and then on the up stroke we're going to press down into that chord. So try that a few times by itself. We should have that at the end of each one of these little riffs here. Right? Then we're going to do open E string again. And we're going to do kind of the same thing. Sliding up with our 4th finger to the 7th fret of D. Pull off 5 to 4. 5 on the A string. Now this is probably the hardest move in the riff. Our 2nd finger has to go from the A string to the G string. Same fret so we can slide. So we end on 2nd finger on A string, 5th fret. Then we gotta jump up to the G string, 5th fret, and slide up to 7. Then we go 6 on G, 7 on D. And then we have that. So, all together the 2nd part. So it begins just like the first part. Sliding up to the 7th fret of D. On D we go 5, pull off 4. 5 on A. Then our 2nd finger has to jump from A to G, and then we slide from 5 to G, 5 of G to 7. Then we play 6 of G, 7 of D. So it's a little hard jumping between those two strings, but don't let that faze you. we play the first part of the riff again. We play that twice during the riff. First time, second time we go up to the G string. Third time we play the beginning again. And then the last time we have some power chords. So same, it starts exactly the same. Open E, slide with the fourth finger from 3 on D to 7. Pull off 5 to 4 on D, 5 on A. Then we're going to do a power chord on A5, so that's first finger on A5, third finger on D7, fourth finger on G7, and we're going to move that 2 frets up. Then we're going to go back to 5 and do it fast. So we get... And it's all downstrokes. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so all together this riff is. All right, so there is Icky Thump by the White Stripes. Not a super hard song, but one that might take a little bit of practice and will hopefully get you a little bit better at using your fourth finger to slide and to just be a part of your riffs and be more of an integral part rather than just kind of a tag along that you have to use sometimes and you kind of struggle to use, but more something that you can own and really be accurate with it. So have fun with this one. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's one of my favorite riffs.